Good morning, my dear students, and a very warm welcome to all of you on this e-learning program. Friends, which lesson we are doing? I hope you remember we are doing your favorite lesson, which is the entire solar system. Try to recall what we did in our last lecture. In our last lecture, we started that how the star is formed. We studied about the various constellations, and yes, we studied about our natural satellite and the phases of our natural satellite, which is moon. You already know that we are able to visualize moon. What if the planets were available at the same distance? Yes, we are going to look out on how it will look when the planets will be available at the same distance as compared to the Earth. So let's see. If moon is replaced with some of our planets, this is how the things will happen. This is animated video. What will happen if some of the planets were at the same distance as we are having moon? This is how moon is seen. Then Mars. This is how the Venus will be seen. This is how Neptune would appear. Our life would continue, but these things will move. The Uranus. The giant one, which is Jupiter. Now just visualize. This is Saturn. This would all things be visible, as you can see even its moon by the naked eye. वो स्काई में ऐसे दिखते अगर वो मून जितने डिस्टेंस पे हमसे होते तो इमेजिन this would happen. Okay, so if moon is replaced, then you would have been able to see in this way the entire solar system. But this is just a visualization, not a complete, totally correct thing. Now friends, I hope you remember which content we are going to do. We are going to do today about the planets. The lesson that we are doing is a bit easier one. This is the content that we have completed. Now we are going to move on the content that is the planets. What is generally a planet called as? It is the heavenly body which is moving around the sun. And at present there are how many planets? 8 planets. And all these planets are divided on the basis of a line, that is those planets which are near the earth and they resemble earth by some or the other means, then they are called as the terrestrial planets, because they are containing well defined surface is present, maybe of rock, maybe of soil. The next farther planets, the bigger one planets which are mainly composed of the gases, they are called as the Jovian planets. So this is about them. The terrestrial planets, they are having the structure like the Earth is having. Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars. ये चारों कैसे planets हैं? These are the terrestrial planets. While Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, what are they called as? They are called as the Jovian planets. Why? Because they are made up of gases. Please underline this content, then we will move further. There is also a talk about the three dwarf planets because first they were considered as a part of our solar system. Now they are not considered because of their very small size, and one among them is very famous as Pluto. Please underline this content, then we'll move further. Coming to the next are some of the important points regarding the planets. Planets will not emit light, but they'll shine when the light is falling on them. Venus is appearing brighter than any other planet on the as seen from the Earth. Planets may be seen by the naked eye, that is this: Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter is so large that about 1300 Earths can be placed in it. Yes, आपको मतलब विश्वास नहीं होएगा इतना बड़ा जुपिटर है अर्थ के कंपैरिजन में, और अर्थ काफ़ी छोटा है इन सब के कंपैरिजन में. आपको विश्वास नहीं आ रहा? लेट्स सी, आप लेट अस ऑब्जर्व इट. यू विल बी एबल टू ऑब्जर्व इट राइट नाउ. Wait and watch. So I hope you're clear with the entire universe now. So this was the journey which stated about how much big the earth is and how big we are. Yes, this is the entire solar system. We'll also have a look at the entire system, but at the end of this lecture, after discussing all the 9 planets. The content over here is given about the Mercury, which is nearest to the Sun, and Neptune is the farthest. Each planet is moving around the Sun at its own orbit, you already know, and depending on its complete like distance from the Sun, its duration is there. For different particular planets, it is different. Some planets have one or more natural satellites, like we are having Moon. Next is identifying planets in the night sky. Night sky during the night time, we can easily visualize Venus, Mars and Jupiter. Venus is the brightest of all the planets. It is generally appearing in the eastern sky before sunrise. And how is the Mars appearing? It is reddish in color. Jupiter is bright as the Venus, and it rises in the east and sets in the west. It can be seen throughout the night. Natural satellites of planets. If we talk about this natural satellites, then these are heavenly bodies that are moving around the planet. Like we are having Moon. We are having just one natural satellite, but Saturn is having 62 satellites. Jupiter is having 67 satellites, and about it all the details are given, and the confirmed moons they have talked about. Confirmed means कि इतने तो उनके पास natural satellites हैं ही, इतने तो उनके पास मामा जी हैं ही. Like we are having one mama, Chanda mama, they are having so many mamas. So that's like it. Coming to the very first one, that is Mercury. In the Indian terminology, it is noted as the Budh. It is closest to the sun, and घूमने के लिए one complete revolution around the sun, it is taking 88 days. It is having very thin atmosphere, so heat and light will reach to the surface of it directly. Its day temperature is very hot of about 427 degrees Celsius. बहुत ही नज़दीक है, इस वजह से वो बहुत ज़्यादा hot planet है. और रात के टाइम में the temperature is very low, that is about -173 degrees Celsius. There is no proof of life on the Mercury. Next is the Venus, which is Shukra. उसकी size is compared, if you compare the size, then it is near about to the size of the earth. अगर पूरा घूमना है उसको sun के around, then it is taking 225 days. Its revolution is ulta. So on the Venus, the sun is rising in the west and sets in the east. Venus is covered with the atmosphere that is generally containing carbon dioxide and very small quantity of oxygen and water vapor. The atmosphere of the Venus reflects most of the sunlight which is falling on it, and so it is the brightest planet. Venus is the hottest planet, and its temperature is about 480 degrees Celsius. And there is no evidence of life on the Venus. There might be a question coming into your brain, that is, why is the Venus the hottest planet? Why not the Mercury? Because Mercury is very close to the sun, so it should be the hottest. But no, it's not like that. Then why is Venus the hottest planet? For that I am giving you this session's time. In our next session, I will discuss with you why is the Venus hottest. Till the meantime, you try to think, why is the Venus the hottest planet? Then comes Prithvi, that is Earth. Earth is the only planet of the solar system where life is existing. It is our planet, our home. It is the third planet of the solar system. Earth is extending एटमॉस्फेयर टिल अबाउट 200 किलोमीटर, एंड यू नो कि हमारे एटमॉस्फेयर में कौन से गैसेस हैं. इट इज nitrogen, which is maximum proportion, then oxygen, and then carbon dioxide, and rest are in yet smaller proportion. It is neither too hot nor too cold. The minimum temperature that is regarded is -88 degrees Celsius, and the maximum temperature is about 58 degrees Celsius. Around the earth's surface, above the atmosphere, there is one more layer that is called as ozone layer, which is not allowing the harmful ultraviolet rays to reach the earth. If we talk about the size of the earth, then the size of the earth and its distance around the sun is two major factors that originate and exist on the earth. Earth is taking 365 and 1/4 days to move around the sun, and it is at the distance of about 150,000,000 kilometers. Earth is moving around its own axis in time 24 hours. नेक्स्ट इज फॉर्मेशन ऑफ डे एंड नाइट ऑन द अर्थ. ये दिन और रात होते कैसे हैं, एंड हाउ वाई इज देयर इज चेंज इन द सीजन, कि क्यों लाइक वाई इट इज हैपनिंग लाइक दैट, के विंटर होता है, समर होता है, रेनी सीजन होती है, ये सब क्यों होते हैं, दिन और रात कैसे होते हैं. रात, नाउ द अर्थ इज ऑल्सो मूविंग अराउंड इट्स ओन एक्सिस. You already know about the fact. So the part that is facing the sunlight, that will be the daytime, while the rest half it is night time. So only half of the earth gets sunlight at a point, and the other half over there it is night. Earth is rotating about its own axis from west to east, and so the sun is rising in the east. Next content which we are having is the change of the season on the earth. मतलब कि ये summer, winter और monsoon seasons होते कैसे हैं. There are two major factors कि जिसकी वजह से seasons होती हैं या seasons में change आते हैं. Very first one is, जो earth है it is tilted. मतलब कि for example let me show you. This is how is the axis of rotation, and here is our earth. Now this is not straight away like this, it is tilted by an angle of 23.5 degree. Okay, it's tilted 23.5 degree with its orbital plane, it is tilted. And due to the elliptical orbit, earth is not always at the same distance from the sun. Okay, you saw it right now. How is the movement? It is in the elliptical orbit. और दादाजी कहाँ पे है? दादाजी is over here somewhere. This is where the sun is. So here the distance will be different, here it will be different, and here it will be yet more different. Sun is not exactly at the center. It is located at one of the focus of this ellipse. So this is again a major important point. And because of these two things, what is happening is the earth is going on changing, it's keeping its position change, and that's how the complete year passes off. When the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, it is summer in the northern hemisphere while winter in the southern hemisphere. Okay, when the tilt is towards the sun, then what are we having? If the northern face is over here, then over there there will be the summer, and if southern is facing the sun, then at that time there will be summer. So these are the days which you have to remember. ऐसे वो पूरा घूमते हैं. This is the sun, and the earth is moving around it. If we talk about June 21, that is over here. June 21 को the northern hemisphere में longest day होता है. Okay, why? Because it is facing sun at that time. अगर northern hemisphere is facing sun at that time, that means southern hemisphere is not facing sun at that time. इसीलिए वहाँ पे day कैसा होगा? shortest. Moving on the next part, opposite, December 23rd. If we talk about December 23rd, then there is winter in the northern hemisphere, ulta hai, and southern in the summer in the southern hemisphere. इसीलिए वहाँ पे northern hemisphere में December 23rd is the shortest day, or the on the other side, on the southern hemisphere, it is the longest day. So June 21, northern hemisphere में longest, and December 23rd, northern hemisphere में shortest. NL and S. ओके, दिस इज क्लियर. अगर वो नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर में लॉन्गेस्ट है तो सदर्न हेमिस्फीयर में क्या ऐसा होगा, शॉर्टेस्ट. खुद ब खुद उल्टा हो जाएगा, इधर भी खुद ब खुद उल्टा हो जाएगा. अगर वो नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर में शॉर्टेस्ट है तो वो सदर्न हेमिस्फीयर में कैसा हो जाएगा, उल्टा. नेक्स्ट, March 21 and September 22. During these 2 days, the duration of the day and night is equal in both the hemisphere. This is the content जो आपको याद रखना पड़ेगा. Then about the next Mars, also called as Mangal, it is the 4th planet if we calculate distance wise from the sun, and it is of about half of the size of the Earth, and it is reddish planet, so it is called as the red planet. It is having very thin atmosphere that is containing nitrogen. It is also having craters, that means bade bade khadde like we are having on the moon. If we talk about Mars, then it is exhibiting white polar caps which are growing larger in the winter. Temperature is during the daytime 30 degrees Celsius, and night time it is about minus 87 degrees Celsius. In order to complete its one revolution, like the Earth is taking 365 and 1/4 days, Mars is taking 687 days. Okay? Read this content of Mars. Till the meantime, we will note down and mark out all the important points that we have discussed right now. Okay, let's mark out important points. The very important point over here was on the planets. This first 2 planets, 2 points. Mark out, it's on page 271. Mark these 2 points as the important ones. Next, यहाँ पे जो चीज़ें आपको याद रखनी है, that is this. Jupiter is about 1300 Earths, and this point. Rest all, it's normal thing, you already know. इतना तो आपको learn ही करना है. This point and this point. Mark it, it's on page 272. Note it down quickly. Just have to mark it. Then not these things you already know. All these things will be discussed. The first point over here, only this one. Come on, mark it quick. Then Mercury, each and every short note now is important. Mercury, entire short note is important. Shukra, entire short note is important. If we talk about the earth, then and it also, these are the basic things which you have to like base. This is the beginning thing, is the thing that you already know, minimum and the maximum temperature. I'll make you write. Ozone layer आपको मालूम ही है. And about these three things, note it down on page number 273. Tick it. बाकी की दोनों तो आपको पूरे के पूरे करने हैं. Okay. Next is the formation of DNA. Night, you can write it in your own words. जो सन को फेस करे वो डे. रेस्ट इज the rest one is the night time. And why is the change in season occurring? The first 2 points, read it also. Read this content also. उसके बाद ये जो बड़ा बड़ा लिखा है उसमें आपको सिर्फ इतना ही याद रखना है. I will make you write also. Don't worry. Look at the diagram. This one, June 21, December 23. I suppose it's not visible. June 21, December 23. And at the top and over here you are having 2 days, which is March 21 and September 22. यहाँ पे day and night will be, ये 2 पॉइंट पे June 21. June 21, longest day in the northern hemisphere. December 23rd, northern hemisphere short. अगर यहाँ पे नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर में लॉन्गेस्ट डे है तो सदर्न हेमिस्फीयर में खुद ब खुद वो कैसा हो जाएगा? शॉर्ट. उल्टा होता है. यहाँ अगर नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर में शॉर्टेस्ट है तो सदर्न हेमिस्फीयर में कैसा हो जाएगा? लॉन्ग. ओके, ड्रॉ इट क्विक. और हियर ड्रॉ दादा ऑल्सो. और दद्दू सन. सूरज दादा ऐसे बोलते हैं ना इन जनरल. सो क्विक. Draw it quickly. So this is about rest of the things you don't need to note down. Also, these are the things that we have to note. On the points in the Mercury, that is, it is the fourth planet in the solar system. And how much is its size? Its size is almost half of the Earth, but it is called red planet because it is reddish uh, in color when observed. And what it is containing, it is containing mainly nitrogen and the traces of oxygen. उसकी सरफेस पे बहुत बड़े बड़े खड्डे हैं, like that on the moon. Okay, and what is its day and night temperature? Minus 87 degrees Celsius at the night and 30 degrees Celsius during the daytime. It is taking 687 days to complete its one revolution. Then next part, which is the Brihaspati, which is Jupiter. Jupiter is mainly from here till Mars we had all the terrestrial planets कि जहाँ पे soil है, rock है, ये सारी चीज़ें होती हैं. Jupiter is not containing any of these things. It is mainly containing hydrogen and helium gases. It is the largest planet, so large that 1300 Earths can be placed in it. मैंने आपको अभी अभी दिखाया था how much small we are and our planet is. So its mass is more as compared to the mass of the other planets, and because of it, it is having a very strong gravitational force. सन की बात करें तो वो सन से 778 million kilometers की दूरी पे है, and the distance is more than the distance of Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars from the Sun. Jupiter is the brightest planet except the Venus because it is because of the reflection of the sunlight which is falling on its atmosphere. Jupiter is its most distinguishing feature is the red giant spot on it, which is believed to be a storm in its atmosphere. Up till now there are about 50 confirmed moons of Jupiter. If you check out this details on internet, you'll find little bit different, but we will follow textbook. Okay, if this question is asked, then we'll follow textbook. You cannot Google and say that now more number of confirmed moons are there. I know this particular things are updated and we need to stay updated, but that's for our knowledge. As far as the exams are concerned, we'll consider this data. Okay, so 15 confirmed moons and 17 are under confirmation. This is about the Brihaspati, which is the Jupiter. Please note it down, that is, read it just once, because all its points are important for us. I hope you have read because पूरा ही important है, छोटी छोटी short notes हैं ये. We'll move further. Saturn. Saturn was known to the earlier atmosphere. उसकी size is similar to the size of the Jupiter, but it is a bit smaller, and the distance of the Saturn from the Sun is nearly double than the distance between the Jupiter and Saturn. मतलब Jupiter और Sun के बीच में जितना प्लेस है वो मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2 करे तब जाके सैटर्न आता है. Saturn is mostly visible and the beautiful rings that are circling it, they are adding the beauty. How many confirmed moon it is having? It is having 53 confirmed moons and 9 are under confirmation. Again, important point regarding the Saturn. Read it once again, quick. I hope you have read it. Moving on, the next planet, Uranus. It was William Herschel who stated about this planet, which is Uranus, and with the help of a telescope, he gave the information about it in 1781. If we talk about its diameter, then its diameter is less than half of the diameter of the Earth. Okay, and it's again the distance is nearly double than the distance between the Saturn and the Sun. उसके एटमॉस्फेयर में mainly hydrogen and methane gases are formed and it is having 27 moons which are discovered so far. Then comes Neptune, the 8th planet of the solar system. It was Euclid Leverrier कि जिसने यूरेनस के बारे में बताया and even predicted about its mass and size and its position in the entire solar system. Later on, it was discovered by the astronomers with the help of the telescope. It is similar to that of the Uranus. It is having 13 confirmed moons and one is under confirmation. Then you are having information regarding this data. It is just for your information. कि कौन सा प्लैनेट है वो लगभग कितनी दूरी पे है अर्थ से, सन से, एक पूरा मतलब अपनी एक्सिस पे अगर उसे घूमने के लिए कितना वक्त चाहिए, how many number of moons and how many are under confirmation, and the orbit, the radius of the equatorial radius, the planet है उसकी साइज में उसके इक्वेटर से वो कितनी दूरी पे है, because the planets are not completely circular. Even Earth is like a round orange. तो इक्वेटोरियल रेडियस दैट इज दिस मच रेडियस वो दिया क्या है यहाँ पे. जस्ट रीड इट. आपको एक भी चीज मेमोराइज नहीं करनी है, आपको सिर्फ रीड करना है. You just have to read it, you don't have to memorize. You will come to know how smaller are we. So this is about the complete entire solar system. Next time we'll meet again with what is actually the solar system, what are the other important parameters about all these things we'll discuss in our next lecture. ये जो remaining part है we'll discuss about it in our further sessions. That's all for today. Thank you so much for listening to me and have a very good day. That's all. Bye bye.